The disgraced former FBI agent known as Peter Strzok, he, one of the orchestrators of the Crossfire Hurricane Russian collusion hoax against President Trump, ginned up by crooks in previous administrations, usually at the FBI and the Justice Department. He's just lost a lawsuit in which he claimed that he was illegally fired from the FBI for sending text messages attacking the President of the United States during his first term in office. Strzok had argued that he was only fired because the President of the United States was angry with him for the text exchanges between himself and now former FBI lawyer and fellow Trump hater, a woman named Lisa Page, with whom he was shacking up in the Xerox room. That's to put it gently. Peter Strzok's wife found out about all this when it appeared in the Washington Post. I'm sure that went very well. What's for dinner, honey? The two would get their rocks off with kinky talk, texting back and forth like, there's no way Trump gets elected, but we can't take that risk. So what does that mean? They carry guns. Just before the 2016 election, they were texting that back and forth to one another. And an Obama-appointed district judge ruled that Peter Strzok failed to show his firing violated his First Amendment rights, which is what his team of attorneys had claimed. This as MS-13 NBC, you know them. They had this report today on Peter Strzok's former boss, the notorious and infamous James Comey.
Three sources familiar tell MSNBC former FBI Director James Comey is expected to be indicted in the coming days. The full extent of the charges being prepared against Comey is unclear.
Now, I've got to say, the extent and the charges right now are unclear, but we're pretty sure, and the reporting is now, that at least one is lying under oath to Congress, and that the statute of limitations, which expires after 5 years, expires, I believe, in 6 days on the 30th of this month, and therefore the charges, if they're going to be filed for lying to Congress, must be filed before then.
Yeah, well, I think this is a perfect case for Doge. I mean, you send text messages like that on government phones because you're bored at work. Your job should be gone. It's done. There was no hoax. There was no Russia hoax. And whatever Comey was doing, I mean, he was clearly bored. So just get rid of him. You know, eliminate the positions.
I tell you. But look, I mean, this is, and again, you know what this is about. And we had President
I'm not going to eliminate the director of the FBI.
Let me tell you, Comey is...
Tell that to Kash Patel. He will not be happy with.
What a disgrace where he spent his time focused on taking down the President of the United States. To me, that in and of itself is a crime.
And James Comey.
I said, James Comey. But Strzok,
he'll have to elect Donald Trump in 2016 with the Anthony Weiner and
deliberate.
But I want to say with Strzok, the one thing is what's so disgusting too is that he received $1.2 million in a settlement with the DOJ because under the Biden administration, so they literally took care of poor Peter, despite the fact that Peter wanted to take the President Trump out.
Reagan, what are we watching? What are we going to see here? And again, you know, like lying under oath to Congress is an age-honored tradition, time-honored tradition in Washington D.C. You know, you have to start going down the list of DNIs and intelligence leaders, and there's so many of them.
Well, I'll just say on the news of the James Comey indictment, it really feels like President Trump kind of got his administration's rear hinds in gear. We saw him put that post on Truth Social, really blasting Pam Bondi for not moving quick enough. And the president previously, when I sat down with him, said, you know, I'm just going to try to keep my hands off of this. I don't really want to get involved. And I'm thinking to myself, seriously, Mr. President, am I supposed to believe that? And then, of course, he puts out this Truth Social, and days later, we're now getting this news that things are picking up because of the president's request. And so that is how I interpret this whole situation. And so I think we should look at how the president reacts in the coming days to the news to see how things are going to develop, because he's clearly putting his hand on the scale.
But imagine if Joe Biden put out a tweet during his term telling Merrick Garland, hey, go charge Donald Trump. This was not, Joe Biden was very careful about not interfering.
We don't know what
Justice Department was already indicted all over.
This was so
at the end of
He indicted in New York and in Atlanta and in Washington, D.C. He didn't have to say it.
There was coordination between the White House counsel and then Fannie Willis would show up, or Fonnie, or whatever her name is, Letitia James. They were all in there. This was all trying to take down Donald Trump. That's what they did under the Biden administration. And let me tell you, those meetings probably did happen just, you know,
Bonnie's
private.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.